So the other day I come out here and I went ahead and I tilled up the some of my other raised beds. As you can see right there, I did that one and I did that on that side. Now I still have to clean up the beans, the old beans, and another thing I'm going to have to do is I need to adjust these solar panels right here. I need to adjust these where they're tilted up like that towards the sky for the summer. Anyway, I've also got these raised beds here underneath the panels to till up and clean up, and that'll probably be my next project. But I may try to go ahead and get these adjusted here in just a bit. Okay, we have lost our mic for whatever reason. I'm not sure what happened there, but anyway, we are getting ready to adjust these solar panels, and I'll take you through it as I can here. I've lost my corner on the top corner of this solar panel, and you can't hardly get it out of there. I'm going to have to re-glue that on. It's just a protective corner. I'll get that put back on there when I can, but it's not hurting anything. It doesn't affect the performance of it or anything, but we're getting ready to adjust these solar panels to, we're going to get them up where they are a better angle towards the sun. In the springtime and summertime, they have to be a flatter angle. Okay, we're getting ready to take these 3 bolts loose. It's the 3 that adjust. I have at least 3 or 4 big gate hinges that this whole solar panel pivots on. And we're getting ready to adjust the angle up so that it's flatter to the sun for spring and summer. It just does better that way. I actually have 3 adjustments on these posts that I'm taking loose right here, and it allows me to move them up and down. It's really pretty easy, but it just helps them to charge better. So that's what we're getting ready to do there. The wood expands every year, it seems like, around those bolts, so I have to end up packing the bolts out and to get them out of there, because it's just expanded and those bolts are really tight in there, so just a little bit difficult to do sometimes. I will end up taking each end loose, and then the middle one is the one I do last, and when it lets go, I kind of prop it up with my head and that way I can get it up there into the right hole, and then once that center is secure again, it's going to hold it until I can get the ends back in. But this system here was made to where I could change it later on if I wanted to. If I need to add more panels, I will probably have to end up putting a more permanent post in. These posts weren't cemented in or anything. They hold up just fine, but if I get anything heavier on there, I'm liable to need to cement the posts in or something like that. So, but they work fine for now. And then I have some raised beds under there, as you can see, that we plant things in, and it still gets enough sunlight with just that one single panel down through there, and it still gets enough sunlight that things can grow. So I know it's a mess down through there, but we're going to clean all that up and do some gardening in there too, probably. If not, I'll put grass back in, but we'll probably end up using it for garden. But anyway, I did need to get this job done right here for the solar. This solar only runs, it runs a refrigerator and a freezer or a deep freeze, and it runs a stove, runs an electric motor and a stove. And that's all it runs. It can run lights. I charge batteries and stuff with it too, but it's not made to take over the whole house. So it's just an emergency backup system, so I can at least have some sort of electricity. And the way I've got it set up is I can use my generators too to plug into the same system and charge the batteries. So it can either use solar or generator power, and during a storm. So works out pretty good, because obviously you can't charge your batteries at night. So, but I do have this section of panels, and then I've got another section of panels over on my pergola on the other side of the yard. They all go to the same place, but different. They go to different pieces downstairs in the basement. Right off the top of my head, I can't think of what they're called. Converters. They're like converters, inverters. They regulate how much the batteries charge. So I've got 3 of those down there. I'll think of the name later. For whatever, it's escaping my mind. But I've got one big I got a 3,000 watt inverter, I believe. But anyway, so yeah, the mic had quit working on me. I may have hit mute or something. I don't know what happened, or backed out of the little jack backed out of it or something. I don't know. But anyway, for whatever reason, we've lost the mic, and we're trying this voiceover, and so here we go. We've got it loose now. We're adjusting it up, and then I'll get the bolt back in there. Once it's in there, it'll hold. It'll hold good enough that I can get that secured down, and then put the other 2 ends on there. Pretty handy little deal. I know it's not automatic, but you know, it just takes a few minutes to go out there and do it. It's about 400 watts on this one. These are actually I don't want to say the brand. I don't know what the brand is for sure, but it's from a box store here that everybody knows. I'll say the initials. HF. Surely we can figure that out. But anyway, that's where I got those. Now I do have my other panels are from a different company. And so I'm not sponsored by any of these guys, so I won't say their names at this point. So, but they've all worked really well for the last couple years here. And the only thing I can say is I wish I had a little bit more power. I don't quite have enough, but my yard's not that big either. So, I mean, I might be able to eventually put double stack on this deal here over these raised beds, but I would probably have to beef up the poles. And there I'm showing what tools I was using. I know a lot of people use power tools, impact wrenches and all that stuff, impact drivers, but I'm just using the old manual tools to do it. Works just fine. Not that I wouldn't use the impact drivers and things like that to do it, but I just don't really need to. Those bolts go in really hard. They come out really hard and they go in really hard. But I didn't want there to be any play in these holes. Originally they went in a little bit easier. It's just that, like I said, over time the weather has swelled them up and swelled those holes up, so a little harder to get in there. So anyway, with that said, I think we'll be going on to the next video and probably planting seeds or something like that. So we will see you in the next video or next segment. Bye. Well, good morning. We're back continuing our video from the other day when we were adjusting the solar panels, but today we are planting some more seeds, and I've already got the places I'm going to plant. I've already got it tilled up, so we won't bore you with that. But anyway, we're going to plant a few zinnia seeds here again. It's a different variety of zinnia seeds that I got from my dad. And then we're going to plant some different types of lettuce type plants or seeds. So, and we're doing it all in containers, barrels actually. So I'll show you here. We've got these little barrels, plastic, but that I'll be planting in. I'm going to plant some zinnias right here. I've got my radishes in there that I planted the other day. We've got this barrel over here, and I've got another one across the deck here. And I've got one in the back corner back here. And it doesn't get as much light. And I've got this old pot right here. We're going to plant microgreens in it, and then here's my other one that we're going to be planting in. Now I've still got these little raised beds here that I need to plant some stuff in. I may do some carrots and things in these, and then I do beans on the trellis or cucumbers. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do yet, but it turned off cold. It's probably about 30 degrees right now. And I'm trying to wait till the sun comes up over the porch here to warm it up a little bit. So anyway, we're going to get started here in just a minute. Okay, we've already got our zinnia seeds shelled into a bowl. I'm kind of covering them up because of the wind. It's been really windy lately. So anyway, these things are really light. So I want to get them down here on the ground. I'm just going to spread them all through here and then just till them in a little bit. So like I said, this is a different variety of zinnia. So we're just going to get down here, and that way I'm down low to the ground. I'm going to put them all through this area behind this. Just scatter them out here. Try to mix them up just a little. That wind likes to blow them, that's for sure. They take off. Whoop, there they go. I'm going to have some in my radishes now. Oh well. Let's see. There in the corner. All right. There we go. Now we're gonna till these in here. just to get some dirt over the top of them a little bit so they don't blow away. And hopefully they will come up. It's a little bit chilly yet to be planting stuff, but zinnias I think will be okay. I mean, I've already got zinnias coming up on the other side where we planted the other day. We did get a little bit of frost, I think, last night. Here and there. And it's supposed to get kind of chilly tonight, too. So we will, we'll see. I got a couple pots of strawberries there that I may need to take in for the night. I think we're just about done with frost, though. I mean, this is kind of a weird weather pattern going on. Yeah, I see some frost right there. I tried to start a little later this morning to let it at least warm up a little. I think it's only supposed to get to 42 or 43 today. But then I think it's supposed to start warming up again. There, we got a wild onion. In there. A lot of wild onions around here. This place always looks so bad in the spring before I start getting it all tilled up and fixed up again. Well, I think that's probably good enough. Yeah. All right. Another little section of zinnias planted. Now on to our lettuce. Okay, I know I said I was going to plant some lettuce, but I will do that. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to plant some of these microgreens in a small pot here. And what I'm going to do is I'm not going to quite follow the instructions, but I will later. It's full partial sun for these, and that's about what this gets, this pot right here. I'll show you here in a minute. You're supposed to plant them 1/8 inch depth, 1/4 inch spacing, and it's 20-day harvest. 20 days to harvest, I guess. That's pretty fast. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sow them all in this little pot, and then I'll just till them in like I do the zinnias, and then I'll try to make sure they're at least 1/8 inch deep. That's not very deep. And then when they start popping up, I'm gonna thin them out to 1/4 inch spacing. That's the easiest way to do it because the seeds are so small. I don't know if you can see that or not. These are really small seeds. So I'm just gonna sow them, and we'll see how that does. So that's what we're getting ready to do now. Okay, here we go. I've already tilled this up and loosened it up so that I can get these seeds in there. It's still a little bit windy, and I don't want these seeds flying everywhere. So we're going to see what we can do here. Got them in this plastic bag. Just going to roll them around here. See if I can't get enough covered all over in this pot. Put this pot right outside our door so we can watch it, and as these greens, microgreens, grow up here, we can just come right out the door and pick them. Put them in our salad. Yeah, I think that'll do good. Like I said, I will probably try to thin these out as they grow. Quite a few microgreens. Static electricity or something. Anyway, that's enough microgreens in here. Now I'm just going to take this and just kind of jab them down in there. They're supposed to be 1/8 inch deep, but this dirt is loose enough that I think that they'll sink down in there. We'll see. We'll see if they grow. Hope they do. I've had them grow before like this, so we'll see if it works. Now the lettuce that I'm planting is all leaf lettuce. It's not head lettuce. So I'm planting them in pots as well, or containers, I should say. This is basically a container, but so there we go. Microgreens ticked off the list here. All right. Okay, we are getting ready to plant some Sylvia romaine lettuce. It's red, and it looks like it says a rare true red romaine lettuce, extra large, deep wine colored leaves are crisp and tender. So it looks like it's a 1/4 inch depth planting, and it says thin to 8 inches. Well, I don't want to put a bunch in here because I've got, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 containers to put this in. So I'm gonna plant them at 8 inches. Now I may get 1 or 2 seeds in there in each one, but that's how we're going to plant them. That way I don't run out of seed, because I don't have any more of this. So we're just going to go 8 inches. Yeah, see, I dropped about 2 or 3 seeds in each one. So I've already measured it out. I've got my little, I'm planting it around the rim of this pot. On each pot, I'm planting it around the rim. So, and then I'm going to plant some lettuce, other lettuce in here. So that way I'll have different varieties. So I've got like 2 or 3 different varieties of lettuce. So that didn't really take a whole lot, but anyway, that's what we're going to be doing. So we've got them planted in these little slots, and it's only supposed to be a 1/4 inch deep. So I'm just going to pinch these in where I've planted them. And that should be good. Don't want to pack them in too tight. I just marked them off 8 inches apart in this little rim. So I'm going to do each pot like this. And then we will plant the rest of the lettuce here in just a little while. Okay, we're getting ready to plant some, looks like it's black seeded Simpson lettuce. You can see that. Now this is last year's seed, I do believe. So let's see what we got to do. There again, it's a 1/4 inch depth, 8 inches, you thin to 8 inches. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant probably, it's not quite 8 inches, I'll show you. But I've got 3 little holes here that I'm going to plant this black seeded Simpson in, and it will it'll grow. I know it's a little bit close to this other lettuce that I planted, but I think it'll be okay. I'm going to be picking these leaves as it grows, so I can thin it out. If it seems to be crowding any one, I can pull a plant as they grow. So that's what we're going to plant in this one. I've got some other lettuce to plant in the others. So we're going to try this black seeded Simpson out. Okay, I've poured a few of these out in my hand. Way too many. I'm just going to put 2 or 3 seeds down in there or so. Then I can thin them out as they grow. It says a 1/4 inch, so I just kind of pinch the dirt over it to where it's about a 1/4 inch deep over the top of the seed right here. Pack it down just a little. Now that'll be enough for this container here. We've got the Sylvia lettuce on the outside, which is a romaine lettuce, and then we have this black seeded Simpson right here. So that'll be enough, probably plenty for this container. We are getting ready to plant green salad bowl lettuce now. It's a leaf lettuce. Here you go. And as with the other lettuces that we have planted, it's a 1/4 inch depth and 8 inch spacing. Now, you know, I know people are probably like sowing these and then they're picking out maybe and thinning out to 8 inches, but I'm just planting at 8 inches. So I've got 3 little holes in each 2 of these planters that or containers that I'm planting these in. I've got 3 little holes that I'm putting these in, and that may be too little or too much. So we'll see. We'll see how they do. But that's what we're planting next. All right, we're going to take and put these in each one of these holes. A few of them here. We'll just thin them out as necessary. I'll pack them over about a 1/4 inch. Pack it down just a little. That ought to be good. This is pretty loose soil, so but I'm going to do that for this one, and I've got another one that I'm going to do this with. And then that will be done with that. We still have the Sylvia around the edges, and then this type of lettuce in the middle. All right, we're over here on the other container. We're going to go ahead and get these seeds planted in these 3 little holes. There we go. Now I've got 2 more containers that we're going to put, I got to pronounce it right, musclin, which is it's a mixture of lettuces. I'll get the package and read it here in just a second. But that's what we're going to plant in the 2 other containers that we have. Okay, we are getting ready to plant something called musclin. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it or not, but this is it. And it is, it says classic mix. It includes arugula, garden something, endive frizzy, radicchio, red chicory lettuces, green salad bowl, oak leaf, and 14.26% lettuce red salad bowl. So it's just a mixture of stuff, mostly just salad type stuff. So we're going to plant this, and it says plant a 1/4 inch depth and thin to 6 inches apart. So what I'm going to do is I just made a little round circle in each one of these instead of doing the 3 holes. And I'm just going to put it all around the hole there and just pile it in, because underneath that it says container friendly, 40 plants per 12-inch container. So that's a lot of plants. So I think I can just scatter these seeds around and pile them in this little slot that I've made. I'll show you here in just a second. But so we'll just give it a try that way. So I've got a mixture of all these seeds here. I'm just gonna kind of sprinkle them around this little slot right here. And we'll pile it in, cover them up. And we'll just see how they do. Okay, make sure I got enough in there. Let me just go a little bit further with it. Okay, now I'm just going to cover these up. I said this soil's pretty lightweight, so all right, we're just going to kind of pad that down just a little, not a bunch, just so we know dirt's all around it. All right, now I got to do the next one just like that. All right, here we go. Starting about right there. If I run out here, I've got more in my pocket. And honestly, I probably have enough. Yeah, that should be enough. I'm just gonna kind of, some of these kind of got out of the ditch. Make sure they're all down in my little slot here. Then I'm just gonna cover them up. Okay, and I pat it down just a little. Okay, now hopefully we got some lettuce that's gonna grow. We'll see. Well, thanks for coming along today and learning how to plant lettuce with me and in containers. If you like the video, like, subscribe, and share, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.